So instead of struggling to play, you can suddenly play Hello, it's me, the ukulele teacher, and as I'm sure you guys probably heard, Eddie Van Halen, the guitarist extraordinaire, sadly died this week, so I thought it would be a cool and fun tribute to do a lesson on one of his biggest guitar solos, Eruption. So, grab your uke. Normally when I say make sure it's in tune, it's tuned to G, C, E, A, and would sound like this. But today I'm tuning it down half a step, that means down one semitone. So instead of G, C, E, A, it's tuned to F sharp, B, D sharp, G sharp. Now this is a really, really fun song to play on the electric guitar, and it's both deceptively simple and deceptively difficult, if that makes sense. The actual technique is not too difficult to learn, but to play it all in time and to hit every single note is obviously very, very difficult and requires a lot of practice. So I'm going to break it down for you note by note and explain the technique of tapping. I've tapped this piece out for you guys and it's played over 2 strings, so even if you've only got a small soprano ukulele with 12 frets, you'll still be able to play the entire thing. All of the tabs will of course be on the screen, but if you would like a PDF copy of them, then sign up today to patreon.com/uketeacher, where you get a PDF song sheet with every single lesson and each video at least 24 hours before the rest of the world. Now of course, when I played that flashy version at the beginning of this video, I had my ukulele plugged into my iPad. I was fiddling around with the amplifier settings, I had some effects pedals and stuff, and it had a lot of echo and reverb and delay and all kinds of pedals and things. So that's how I got that crazy echoey cathedral-like sound that Eddie Van Halen was famous for. But I'm going to show you how to play this even if you haven't got all of that gear, just how to do that tapping technique on your standard ukulele. I've unplugged the ukulele so that you won't be distracted by all of the effects, and just to show you basically how to do that technique even on a clean sounding ukulele. Now the first thing we're going to do is get our right hand in the right position to do some nice tapping. Now what you'll find is that you're using your pointy finger, your index finger, to actually tap the notes. So you're going to want to get a little bit of support from your thumb. How do I do this without swearing? Your thumb and your middle finger. These 2 fingers, and that can just slide up and down nice and easy, and it's supporting your pointer finger while you're tapping on the fretboard. So what exactly is tapping? Well, tapping is basically as it sounds. With this pointy finger, you tap down hard on the fretboard on a certain note, and that'll give you 1 note, and you pull it off to get a second note. So as it stands, that is your introduction to tapping. We tap on that 7th fret, and when we let go, we get a second note on the open string. That's a start, but it's not very exciting, is it? Well, that's where your left hand comes in. Your left hand is going to give you some assistance with hammering on to the next note. So let me play you the first couple of notes of Eruption. What I'm doing is I'm tapping the 7th fret with my right hand, but on my left hand, my second finger in this instance, I'm tapping the 3rd fret. So I get 7 and open from the right hand, and then 3rd and open from the left hand, and that gives you a little run of 4 notes very, very quickly. But let's just play it first very, very, very slowly so that you get the hang of it, because the important thing about tapping, although it can be really tempting to just whiz up and down that fretboard and get loads and loads of notes, the most important thing is staying in time. So let's play 7-0 with the right hand and 3-0 with the left hand. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and... And that is how to tap with both hands. Now, again, when you're playing it very slowly, it's hard to see why it's so impressive. But what makes it so cool is that it's a very easy technique to speed up And once you start playing it quickly, you can suddenly find yourself playing dozens of notes almost per second. And that is a much quicker way than moving your fingers all up and down the fretboard to play each note individually. So instead of struggling to play, you can suddenly play. And that is basically the secret of tapping. Now what you're going to need to do first is just practice and practice and practice that technique, because that is the most important part of this song. So before you go any further, just play these notes over and over again. 7 and open with the right hand, and 3 and open with the left hand. And just count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and start off nice and slow if you have to. And that is basically the technique that'll take you through the entire part of this Eruption song. So those are in fact the first run of notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then for the next set of notes, all you have to do is move your right finger up to the 8th fret, and it's 8030, 8030. And then this is where it gets clever, because we're not relying on the open string anymore. In fact, we're going to start using our left hand to do some slightly more complicated stuff. So what we've got to do here is put our first finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and our 4th finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. And now we're playing 8, pull off, but when we pull off, instead of getting the open string, we're getting that 2nd fret. And then with our little finger, we're playing the 5th fret on that 3rd string. So it's 8, 2, 5, 2, 8, 2, 5, 2, 8, 2, 5, 2, 8, 2, 5, 2. And we play each of those little patterns 8 times. If you get counting and if you can stay in time, it's very easy to sort of repeat those things again and again and again. So let me show you what we've learned so far. We play each of these patterns 8 times. Let's do it nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we slide our left hand up, so our first finger is on the 3rd fret and our 4th finger is on the 7th fret. And with our right hand, we start tapping that 10th fret. So it's 10, 3, 7, 3, 10, 3, 7, 3. And we play that through 8 times as well, like this. Then we slide our right finger up to the 11th fret of the 3rd string. Keep our first finger on the 3rd fret, but this time we slide our 4th finger back to the 6th fret. So we've got our fingers on the 3rd, 6th and 11th fret of the 3rd string. And the tapping pattern will sound like this. And that is all we're playing to begin with on the 3rd string of the ukulele. So let's play everything that we've learned so far. All of it on the 3rd string. Nice and slow from the top. Then we slide back down and we move across to the 2nd string. And here we have our left hand on the 1st fret and the 4th fret, like this. 9, 1 and 4, like this. 9, 1, 4, 1, 9, 1, 4, 1. Then we just slide that all up 2 frets. So it's 11, 3 and 6, like this. And that is the first half of this riff. But anyway, now we're all the way up at the top of the 2nd string up here. And now for the next run of notes, we play each pattern through twice instead of 8 times. So things do sound like they're getting faster. But actually, even though it sounds like they're getting faster, it's sort of an optical or an aural illusion, because we're still tapping, ideally, at exactly the same speed. So let's play this pattern twice, 11, 6 and 9. But all we do for the next 4 series of notes is we move our left hand down 1 fret at a time. So it starts off on 6 and 9, then it goes down to 5 and 8, then it goes down to 4 and 7, and then it goes down to 3 and 6. All the while tapping on the 11th fret with our right hand, like this. And then we slide our right hand down 2 frets, so it goes from the 11th fret all the way down to the 9th fret, and then we slide our left hand up 1 fret, so it goes for the 4th fret and the 7th fret. And we play 9, 4, 7 twice, and then again we do what we did just now, and we slide the finger down 1 fret every 2 goes, like this. So 9, 4, 7, 9, 3, 6, 9, 2, 5, and 9, 1, 4. Then we move all the way back up to the top of the 3rd string. We go back up to that 11th fret, and we put our left hand on the 6th fret and the 9th fret once again, and we do exactly that same pattern where we play 6 and 9 twice, and then slide it down 1 fret at a time. So you go from 6 to 9 to 5 to 8 to 4 to 7, and then to 3 to 6, like this. And then with the right hand we start tapping that 10th fret, and we move our left hand down to the 2nd and the 5th fret. And here we go back to playing it 8 times on this pattern. Then we play it twice more on 2 and 5, and then twice on 3 and 6, and end on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. So I'm going to play through the whole thing nice and slow. Don't forget the tab is on screen, but if you want something to help you practice, you can get a PDF tab sheet from my Patreon page, patreon.com/uketeacher, and you get all kinds of other cool perks, goodies, and rewards as well. But basically, that is how to play Eruption by Eddie Van Halen. What I'm going to do now is just play you through the whole thing nice and slow, and then we'll play the whole thing at full speed with the effects on and everything. So here we go, nice and slow from the top. I've been the Ukulele Teacher. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you never miss a lesson. But until next time, I love you all and I wish you the best.